Hello everyone. As part of previous videos, we have covered all the questions except what is the base class of all classes in .NET. In case if you missed the rest of the questions, please do refer part 1 and part 2 videos of class versus object in C#. In this video, we are going to cover this question. What is the base class of all classes in .NET? We can also call it as what is the base class in C#. Okay. Now, what is the base class? The object class is the base class of all classes in .NET framework. Okay. Now, how do we prove that? Let me open Visual Studio. Okay. Here we have classes like class, car, another class, my class. Okay. Let me check for base class. Go to base. Okay, if you see here object class, let me check for another class, my class, right click, go to base. Object class is the base class. Okay, let's go to another project, console application 2. Okay, here we have class 1, right, check for the base class, go to base. Okay, so the object class is the base class for all the classes in .NET framework. It is present in the system namespace, right? Okay. There is no further base class for object. If you see here, right click, try to check for further base class, go to base. This symbol has no base. Okay. So object class is the base class for all the classes in .NET framework. It is present under system namespace. Okay, let's take a note. The object class is the base class for all the classes in .NET framework. It is present in the system namespace. The object class is the base class for all the classes in .NET framework. It is present in the system namespace. Let me increase font little. Okay. Now fully qualified name for object class is fully qualified name is system dot with namespace, system dot namespace dot class name, system dot object. Okay. Okay, here we did not declare, if you see here we did not declare any inheritance from object class. Then how it is the base class? Here inheritance is implicit. If you want to mention colon base class object, try to build. Build started. Okay, so build succeeded, so no issues. If you want, you can mention explicitly also, but no need to mention. Okay, it will take implicitly. Let's take a note. C# classes do not require to declare the inheritance from object class, because as the inheritance is implicit. Okay, C# classes do not require to declare the inheritance from the object class, as the inheritance is implicit. Okay, yeah, let's move to next one. Every class in C# either directly or indirectly derived from the object class. Okay, if a class does not extend any other class, here we do not have any base class, then it is the direct child class of object class. Okay, if a class extends other class, here class B extends class A, then it is indirectly derived from object class. Therefore, object class methods are available to all C# classes. Okay, let's see in detail shortly. Okay, in C# we have two types, value types and reference types, right? Class A and class B are the reference types. In C# class is a reference type, right? And structures are value types. Here struct A is a value type. Okay, here class A is directly inheriting the object class. Class B is indirectly inheriting by using class A. Okay, struct A is a value type that implicitly inheriting the object class through system.value type. Okay, yeah, let's take a note. There are two types in C#, that is value types and reference types. Okay, by using system.value type class, the value types inherit the object class implicitly. Okay, there are two types in C#, value types and reference types. By using system.value type class, the value types inherit the object class implicitly. Reference types directly inherit the object class or indirectly. Directly or indirectly inherit the object class by using other reference types. Reference types directly inherit the object class or indirectly inherit the object class by using other reference types. Okay, now let's see important methods of system.object class in C#. Okay, let's see what are all the methods of object class and what's the purpose. Important methods of fully qualified name, system.object. Better to mention always fully qualified name in C#. Important methods of system.object class in C#. Okay, let's see. By default, every class has minimum 4 methods when you create instance. Okay, if you see here obj dot, if you see here get hash, get type. Okay, here I have created one more method, that's the reason you see this one also. Let me comment. Okay, equals get hash code get type dot toString car name, this is a variable name. Okay, and this is the symbol for methods. Okay, by default every class has minimum 4 methods. Okay, those are equals, get hash code, get type and toString, because by default every class will be inherited from a predefined class called as system.object. Okay, let's prove this. Let me go to object class, right click, go to base. See, if you see here, this is the object class present under system namespace. 4 methods. Okay, when we create instance of any class, we see 4 methods: equals, get hash code, get type and dot toString. Okay, yeah, first let's look at these 4 methods and see rest of the methods. Okay, Yeah, and yeah, we can access those methods through value type or reference types. Okay, so I declared one value type integer. Okay, and the reference types I created instance for car class. Okay, if you see here, instant I dot get type. Get type returns type of object. What is the type of object in 16? Okay, and dot to string for converting into string. Okay, similarly for reference types, get type and get hash code returns the hash code of the object. Okay, equals means comparison. Okay, determines whether the specified object is equal to the current object. Okay, specified object is equal to the current object. Dot to string for converting into string. Okay, let me run this query and see. So let's see the output now. See, value type, get type of variable I is, see, type int 16 dot to string converting into string. Reference type, get type of variable obj is car class. Get hash code, get hash code, it returns the starting reference of an object in the heap memory. This is reference. Okay, equals. Okay, here I compared, let me open obj dot get type dot equals type of car. Okay, both are equal. Obj dot get type car and type of car both are equal, hence that is true. Okay, and reference to string of variable obj console application dot namespace dot class name converting into string. Okay, okay, so let's take a note. By default, every class has minimum 4 methods. Why? Because by default every class will be inherited from a predefined class called as object. Fully qualified name system dot object. Okay, by default every class has minimum 4 methods, because by default every class will be inherited from a predefined class called as system dot object. Okay, what are those methods? Get type, it returns type of the object, or it returns metadata of an object. Metadata means data about data. Okay, get type, it returns type of the object, or you can see it returns metadata of an object. Metadata means data about data. Okay, let's see second method, get hash code. What it returns? It returns hash code of the object, or it returns starting reference of an object in the heap memory. It returns hash code of the object, or it returns starting reference of an object in the heap memory. Third one, equals. Equals means comparison, right? You can say it determines whether the specified object is equal to the current object means comparison. It determines whether the specified object is equal to the current object. Fourth one, toString. What it does, it is for converting into string. That means converts the object into string. For converting into string, what it does, converts the object into string. Okay, so by default we see these four methods, right? What about rest of the methods? Let's see rest of the methods of object class. Let me right click, go to base. Okay, we have seen equals method with single parameter, get hash code, get type, and toString. What about rest of the methods? Equals with the three parameters. This is static method. Static methods we cannot access through instance, right? And what about member wise clone? This is protected method. Protected methods also we cannot access through instance. And another static method, reference equals. But static methods we can access using class name, right? What are those static methods? Equals with three parameters and reference equals three parameters. Let's see. Try to with the class name, try to access. See class name car dot. Okay, see here equals with the three parameters, reference equals with three parameters. Static methods we can access with the class name directly, not through instance. We cannot access through instance. Next one, we have few more methods, right? Go to base. What about rest of the method? Member wise clone. Okay, member wise clone we cannot access through instance, protected from instances. Now how do we access protected members? How do we access? We can access in the derived class. Car is the derived class of an object. Okay, let me comment this one. See, there is a test method. If you see here, I can access because a car is the derived class of object class. If you see here, member wise clone. Okay, return type is object, member wise clone. Okay, if you see here, member wise clone, I can access in derived class protected members. Okay, see, if you want to see, let me declare this variable as protected and try to access through instance. See, car name is inaccessible due to its protection level. Okay, protected members cannot be accessed through instance. Okay, but we can access in derived classes. Car is one of the derived class of object class. Okay, we have covered all the methods of object class. Okay, and one more thing, let me go to base class. Okay, we have couple of virtual methods, equals, get hash code, and toString. Okay, derived classes can override equals, get hash code, and toString methods of object class because these declared as virtual in parent class. Okay, let's see. Derived classes can override. Just type override. See, you can see equals with a single parameter, get hash code, and dot toString. Equals with a single parameter, virtual. Okay, just click here. See, you can override and change the implementation also. Okay, so derived classes can override equals, get hash code, and toString methods of object class. Okay, let's take a note. Derived classes can override equals, get hash code, and toString methods of object class. Okay, derived classes can override equals, get hash code, and dot toString methods of object class. Okay, now what is the purpose of object class? Okay, what is the purpose of object class? is the purpose of object class? What is the purpose? We can use all these methods, okay, provided by object class. Okay, let me go to base. We can use all these methods provided by object class. The main purpose of the object class is to provide the low level services to the derived classes. Okay, we can use all these methods in our derived classes to provide low level services. Okay, let's take a note. The main purpose of object class is to provide low level services to derived classes. Okay, the main purpose of object class, fully qualified name is system.object. The main purpose of object class is to provide low level services to derived classes. Okay, with this we have covered all the questions. Hope this session was very informative. If you missed the rest of the questions, okay, please do refer part 1 and part 2 videos of class versus object in C#. Okay, if you like this video, please do subscribe for more videos. Also, do add a comment, whether it is positive or negative, just please do so. Thank you all.